Did you have any dental treatment done earlier?
No, none.
Okay.
I've gone for cleaning
Uh-huh.
once or twice, but apart from that, none.
Okay. Were you given any dental treatment option and you have any aversive experience and you didn't go ahead, something like that?
Yeah, so there was this incident.
Okay.
So I had wisdom tooth pain
Okay.
and I went to the doctor. She asked me to come again on Sunday to remove the tooth. I didn't go back.
Okay.
I have fear of these surgical instruments.
Okay.
I don't like people coming close to me with
Okay.
it.
You must significant portion of adult population have a needle phobia also. मतलब मुंह के अंदर जाके जब इंजेक्शन
Yes, yes.
पहुंचता है, so people get little scared. So this is thing. Our nitrous oxide inhalation sedation is primarily designed to address this fear component actually. After which pain control is achieved by local anesthesia and we deliver treatment.
Okay.
So today we are trying to see if you can have a similar kind of good feeling where you may say you will be able to allow me to go give the local anesthesia. So this mask is removable and you can subject it to disinfection and sterilization and you can get it. So it is after every use we have to get it done. So we select the mask. The mask's objective is to deliver the mixture of nitrous oxide and oxygen, and also to remove and scavenge the exhaust what comes out following this for every inhalation. So this is a nasal hood.
Okay.
We fix it like this, and before going, once your size is appropriate, we check it and we activate the air.
Okay. So I just need to breathe, right?
Yes, you're supposed to breathe normally, no abnormal.
Can I breathe out from my mouth?
Yes, no. Initially, you adapt to it. Okay, you don't have to. First thing I want you to experience is if a positive air pressure is coming. Now, breathe in. Can you see the reservoir bag is reacting to it? So, if it's not overinflated or underinflated, it means what is his demand, it's been met by the machine proportionally. So, its output is matching his breathing in, breathing out ability. Okay. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. Breathe in. Yes. So that reservoir bag is showing us that his breathing and the amount of the mixture of nitrous oxide and oxygen is proportionate. Nothing excess nor less. So his demand is met by the machine's supply. How do we know the person's demand, individual's demand of oxygen or the air is delivered by unit is by observing the reservoir bag. Breathe in. Can you see the reservoir bag is reacting to it? So if it's not overinflated or underinflated, it means what is his demand, it's been met by the machine proportionally. So its output is matching his breathing in, breathing out ability. Okay?
Am I doing fine?
Yes, you're doing perfectly fine. Now, in course of time, don't speak, only breathe. I'll be giving you two visual gestures. One, this means you're doing well. In case you're not comfortable, raise your hand up like this. Show your hand up. Yeah. Go down. Yeah. Now, in between, I'll also ask you one more thing. Show me one finger pointed. Show one finger pointed. Go back. Yeah, you'll show this. Now, this will give us an idea how much amount of anxiolysis or mild sedation he's going to achieve in time. Are you comfortable? So approximately after 2 to 3 minutes of 100% oxygen, we start raising every minute 10% of nitrous oxide, adding 10% of nitrous oxide. So this machine actually is an auto titrating unit. Okay, its feature is auto compensation. That means I had to traditionally set a 5-liter output, and if I increase in oxygen, nitrous oxide, it will adjust and give exactly same output. For example, if the output is set at 5 liters oxygen and if I raise it about say 20%, then proportionate amount of oxygen also starts to reduce and giving you a same constant 5 liters output. So now, as of now, I have raised it to 10%. Are you smelling anything sweet?
Nothing.
Okay. It takes time for this gaseous mixture to pass through this lengthy breathing circuit and reach. So it will take about say 30 seconds. The moment you sense a sweet smell, raise your thumbs up. Now we are in 20%. Any changes? Relax. The mask should be perfectly placed in over his nose and adequately tightened in the rear so that you get the correct seal. This seal is very, very important in order to experience this sedation. If there is a loose and there's a leak from this the nasal mask, you will require prolonged duration to achieve the sedation, which is generally up to 2 to 3 minutes it's supposed to start. In clinic setups, generally someone holds this on a supine patient. Here it's a chair, so I locked it off from the headrest. Are you smelling anything sweet?
Nothing yet.
Two things starts to change in time is his blink rate, and what we check is his calm posture and his blink rate. At one point, generally his eyes will get fixated to one far away distance. That's constant gaze is an indicator that he's reaching the level of sedation what we want is anxiolysis. He'll be reaching that. That's what we want exactly.
So I'm not sure, but I do feel, I'm numb.
Numb. This is what.
Yeah, I can feel now.
Do you feel anything taste?
No.
No problem. Sometimes it's not perceptible. But show me one finger again. Go back. Okay. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
You should not speak. You should just thumbs up. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, that's good. Generally, in our clinic setup, what we do is we have a timer. So we time it every minute so that we are step by step raising minute 10%. Are you feeling comfortable? Relaxed? Okay, that's good. Can you show me 2 fingers up now? Go back. Yeah. See, why I keep asking this signal is, as anxiolysis happens, some degree of muscle relaxation also is accompanying this. So when a child uses this finger up and initially comes controlled way, along with constant gaze, there is a level of saturation we're reaching is correct, his drooping of the hand will start to happen, something like that. Okay, I don't expect in a strong individual like him, but let's see if it happens well and good. Are you comfortable? Okay. What's your name?
Kunal.
Yeah.
Kunal.
Kunal. Okay. Sometimes it becomes a nasal tone starts to add on to your voice. At say about 40 to 50% generally is that concentration at a 5 to 7, 8 minutes duration, we achieve the desired level of anxiolysis what we want.
How much is it right now?
Huh?
How much is it right
Don't worry about that. Don't worry. I'll ask you when you feel high.
I am feeling high.
High, you're feeling high. Okay, it's hardly about 40 to 50 only. In that range only we are. Okay, so I'll slowly will take him in the higher levels and see what is his experience. As of now, just double check. He's really appearing calm. Are you good? Feeling good? Show me one finger up. Raise your hand. One finger up. Go back. Okay, he's in still controlled state. Okay. Okay. Are you feeling any tingling sensation on your fingers?
I feel numb.
Numb,
Yeah,
okay.
in my jaw and in
Yes. It is this stage where a person doesn't experience needle puncture in your mouth. The inner lining, which is called as mucosa, is also numb like this.
Yeah, it is.
So when we puncture that, you don't have that sensation. And this is the point where we want in clinical practice what we call as sufficient anxiolysis, mild sedation, and which is giving us a positive effect to deliver the local anesthesia, absolutely imperceptible. I'm taking it to little bit.
It's nice. Nice, you guys should say.
Okay, this is unfortunate, unintended side effect is most of them get sometimes get addicted to it. Okay, so okay, and the chronic exposure. See,
I might take this
sometimes
home now.
the chronic exposure of this results in some kind of metabolic conditions, folate deficiency and vitamin B complex deficiency, and etc. Okay, that is not a correct way of taking anything in beyond one limit becomes toxic. So is this. How are you feeling now?
Great.
Okay, you want to persist in this state?
Yeah, I can go a little higher.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Okay, relax. Show me one finger up. Go back. That's done. So okay, in this situation, we are almost reaching the higher extreme range, that 70% we are now. The person, how do you feel? All okay? You're able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Show me one finger up. So he's responding to my command. He's communicative. That means he is conscious and aware about his surroundings. He can hear me well. So no sensory impairment other than perception has happened in him. So when you are working under a situation where fear is there, at the time the pain threshold also starts to droop. But when we start to manage anxiety to correct level, pain tolerance also starts to spike up, and that's a positive aspect of this inhalation sedation. Now all good, all fine. So we get him back.
Sure.
Okay.
Have you taken it to 70?
Yes, I'm holding him 70 from almost 2 minutes, and he's okay and is good. But he wants to stay back, but the purpose of his experience is over now, and he has returned back to his normal life now. Okay, now so there are sometimes when the patient is in a hyper relaxed state and is not taking deep breath sometimes. It's very rarely happens, but if you feel so, then you can give him a extra just of oxygen. For example, now we zero it down and nitrous is 0, so you're getting 100% discharge. At that point, you can just squeeze in to give this one. He'll get one gush of air into it. If that's also insufficient, then you can inflate the button using this. Now, at this point, he's getting oxygen flush, correct? Okay. Now, we'll hold him in this stage for at least 5 minutes minimum. So, all entire nitrous oxide which is dissolved in his blood gets exited through lungs, and normal ventilation of oxygen also is in place, and he's back to normal. Okay. So, we'll ask him how was his experience after 5 minutes. Okay. Do you feel it's coming down? You're still in the state of ecstasy, okay? No dizziness, nothing, right? Comfortable? Yeah.
It's calmed down.
It's from here we take about 3 more minutes to totally come out of this thing. And that's a fabulous feature of this drug, that is quick exit. It removes your recovery is within 5 minutes. The induction, that is start and exit, is hardly about 5 minutes. And you can, once you're inducted, you can maintain him for the required duration of time, say 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour. Also, you can hold on. In certain surgeries, for example, brain surgeries, in OTs, surgeries go for almost 17, 24 hours and all. There, the maintenance is by nitrous oxide. And the same drug is given for almost so many hours, and still the child comes out, the individual comes out of this prolonged procedures with less amount of morbidity.
I think I'm fine now.
You're fine now. When he senses feel fine, we'll hold on 2 more minutes for him more. Okay. It is sometime what happens when you do quick exit now, you can have a small zone time where your oxygen concentrations in the lungs actually is less, because this nitrous oxide rushes out of the lungs under a positive pressure out. It can dilute off the oxygen. That is why we had to hold on 5 full minutes. This is called as diffusion hypoxia, which we're trying to combat. You may get up and you feel dizzy and you'll fall down back. To prevent that, we just hold on 5 minutes. So the way he came in, conscious, aware, and fantastic, we want him to go back in these 3 states back. That is the purpose we have to exit has to be after you stop nitrous oxide, minimum 5 minutes is required. If he has got dizziness or some kind of sensation persistent, you can hold for another 5 minutes of 100% oxygen and he'll be back to normal. I think you are totally
I'm fine.
fine, no numbness, nothing.
Nothing.
It's actually extremities, the fingers as chill down. It is a feature of a vasodilation of this drug, which brings about this feature. Okay, first chill, then sometimes warm sensation, chill, then again going into numbness, which is a pattern. Okay, are you comfortable now? Show me 2 fingers. Okay, fine. Touch your tip of nose. Fine. So he's well oriented, so we're just removing it off. Okay. Yeah, how was your experience actually?
It was really nice. I was actually very anxious before we started. I feel fine now. It was great. I think I'm going to come back. Not for the surgery, but for this maybe.
Okay. I
have one question. How long can I stay in 70%?
You should. It is not your. Basically, this sedation system is not patient's demand or need. It is operator need. So, doctor, as much as amount of anxiety and analgesia requires appropriate for the situation, he can use it. Yes, very often patients do come back more for this experience than for dental purpose, but that should be limited and not encouraged. Okay, one thing he was saying, he was feeling anxious initially. It is contributed to this mask. This mask initially triggers claustrophobic experience, but that wears immediately, probably because of oxygen gush which goes in. That's why we give 2 to 3 minutes of 100% oxygen to wear out this feeling. Once he's comfortable feeling, and since it's like going into a water with a breathing apparatus, the same effect we have here. After that, he recovers from this initial anxiety. 100% oxygen itself is an anxiolytic agent, and when you start adding on nitrous oxide to it, it starts to give compounding effect.
Sir, 2 things. When our volunteer said he was anxious before coming, is there any monitoring parameters before and post nitrous that we should mandatorily be using? Or is it important?
See, there is a multi-para monitor, which is basically a pulse oximeter, which shows you 2 parameters, which is a basic unit I recommend you to have. It is not mandatory for using this nitrous oxide inhalation system. It is requirement for us to, in my practice, I use it to measure whether anxiolysis has set in or not, because heart rate and saturation of oxygen are related. Oxygen saturation never fluctuates when you use this system because you are using baseline 30% oxygen, which is more than the atmospheric air. So very rare to have a dip in SpO2. Okay, that is saturation of oxygen. Second one is heart rate. Heart rate is elevated during the start of the procedure, that is start of induction of nitrous oxide. Then after some 3 to 4 minutes, heart rate will start to come down, say about it started at 100, now you're at 60. Now it will start to touch at 50, means the person is in absolute anxiolysis state. Now in this time, what I have seen in children is, when we give local anesthesia, his anxiety is less, but he can experience a pain. That time there will be sudden shoot of heart rate, showing me that yes, his heart rate is giving me a baseline indicator how well the anxiolytic function of this drug is happening. So that is why this is required, but this is not absolute mandatory for us to have use of this equipment in clinical practice. Okay, but it is better to have this too, because it helps us to judge a lot of feedbacks what we require when you're working on a child or an individual who is silent now and only responding to your command.